Well, Poe Gate Skip was only considered to be TAS only for like 24 hours before like an RTA viable setup was figured out. At least for GameCube. It took a little bit longer for HD because the GameCube setup assumed having notches, which HD does not have. Well, yeah, I would expect the whatever Zelda game is being developed next is going to have some kind of, like, a mostly open world structure. Ah, nice. Cool. I'm just hoping that there's at least a little bit of linearity to it, though. Oh, come on, really? Wow, that's dumb. Somehow I was not facing far right enough to talk to Koro. Oh yeah, if you come in too fast with Epona, she will just jump over Koro instead. That's always a fun one. You think you prefer linear simply for the story's sake? Yeah, that's fair. The story in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom essentially mostly taking place, or at least feeling like it mostly takes place in the past, and you're just learning about it, doesn't feel, at least to me, particularly engaging. Oh, darn it. I should have waited slightly longer before trying to push him. They wouldn't have awkwardly gone to the right like that. there any skips we have to do to get to where we are in under 5 minutes? Yeah, we clipped through the gate that's normally locked at the beginning of the game to get to Faron Woods. Normally you have to go through Orden Days 1 and 2 before the gate opens. Like, in a glitchless speedrun, it takes us about 10 minutes to get to where the Bokoblins are that we just defeated. Really? I'm shocked that one goat did not respond to us. Sucks, because otherwise this would have probably been a very good goats. Maybe? Okay, well, it's not great, but we'll continue with it. Also, thanks for the good luck, Pounce the Tiger. Hello, banished arthropod. What happened to all dungeons? I got a time that I was satisfied with, so... Now we move on to a different category. Also, thanks for the good luck, Sire Cat. What time am I hoping for in any percent? There's not really a specific time I'm hoping for. I just want a run that I am satisfied with. Which would probably end up being like a 308, if I had to guess. Maybe a high 307. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure or at least one of the most common complaints about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom from people who played older games is that we want the older style Zelda dungeons back. Which I generally also agree with. Or at least I think that the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom dungeons are not as memorable or as engaging to play through. So thanks for the good luck, Icebird. Okay, that should have worked, pretty sure. Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild is very good. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom dungeons were definitely better than Breath of the Wild, because the Tears of the Kingdom dungeons at least were all, like, visually distinct and had distinct bosses. Instead of, all visually looking the same and essentially having the same boss. So thank you very much, GMO Pasta, for the 52 months of Tier 1. Thank you very much for the continued support. Also, yeah, actually, like, getting to the dungeons in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was pretty cool. Sometimes even cooler than the dungeon itself. So thanks for the good luck, Max. So thanks for the good luck, Makuya and Orion. How am I today? I'm doing pretty good. I guess other than not getting as much sleep as I would have liked, but sometimes that just happens. Yeah, I mean, Thunderblight was definitely the most challenging of the 4 blights. Because I did the Gerudo Divine Beast first when I played Breath of the Wild casually, I was then a bit disappointed that all the other ones were much easier than the first one that I did. Well, thanks for the good luck, Shaman. Also, yeah, the enemy variety in Breath of the Wild is a bit lacking. It's definitely better in Tears of the Kingdom, because there are simply more enemies, but... Ah, yeah, so the live split program on the left has a 58 out of 757 number, and the 757 is the number of total attempts that I have on these splits. As far as how many attempts we've done today, I don't know what that specific number is, because I don't usually keep track of that. Really? I'm surprised that was early. Is any percent or all dungeons a more interesting run to me? I mean, I would say they're the same level of interest for me. Like, I mean, they're pretty similar. Like, the stuff that we do in any percent is also the stuff that we do in all dungeons, except all dungeons has, like, 40 minutes of extra stuff on top of it. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, well. We're gonna remember to talk to Koro this time. Not trying to leave the forest. do I think about the current Breath of the Wild any percent? As far as I know, it seems fun. Like, I think I did... Really? That wasn't fast? Dang. Like, the last time I did the 3D Zelda challenge, I think the Breath of the Wild any percent route was about the same as it is now. Or at least, like, the world record route was. Really? Come on, monkey. Really? The keys came all the way over here? Alright, well, that's really slow. Oh, boy. This is a really bad monkey push. That sucks. Well, yeah, the Blue Rupee cutscene, like, I intentionally picked up the Blue Rupee. Because if you pick up the Blue Rupee while the monkey is walking along the path, then the distance the monkey thinks that it's walked between points gets reset, so the monkey walks further, and if the monkey doesn't notice any enemies for the rest of the, like, missed section, then you actually cut down on one of the swinging cycles, so effectively it's something that doesn't lose time if it's done correctly, but gets rid of the Blue Rupee text, so we don't have to worry about it. Also, thanks for the good luck arrow light. How early you could collect each type of rupee? I mean, you can collect green, blue, yellow, and purple pretty early. Orange, I think you have to wait until you have the Gale Boomerang. Silver, I'm not sure what the first one is. Really? Why is it so hard to get the correct position for killing that spider? Also, thank you very much, Faron, for the 50 months of Tier 2. Really? thank you very much for the good luck and the continued support. And congrats on reaching the big 5-0. Yeah, as far as I know, Bloobs, there's not a way to clip behind Russell's house at all. If there was, it honestly, like, could potentially be worth it to do that and then get the, Oro bottle, so that you don't, that you can do the Epona dive with the bottle instead of having to do it with Midna. Because the only reason we don't do it with the bottle is that it just takes too long to collect 100 rupees, but if there was a quick way to collect 100 rupees, we definitely would just do it with the bottle. I'll say, I think the earliest silver rupee is probably the one in the Kakariko Bell. Is there a timed rupee challenge? As far as speedrun leaderboards go, no. Not for Twilight Princess. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, well, 7's not a great start. One, 2, 3, 4. We're losing a lot of time here, unfortunately. Nice rupee. There's a way to add the date of your PB to the live split layout? I don't know if there's a specific component for that. Like, what you would probably have to do is just have a general text component that you update every time you get a new PB. Alright, Banished Arthropod, we'll see you later. Enjoy learning German. Thank you for the good luck. Though adding, like, a date of PB component sounds like it could be a fun little custom project to do. Because, like, I believe you can just develop new live split components that you want to add. The lowest hop count is 4. Because the minimum amount of hops on each cycle, or each cycle of Ook is 2 hops. So, because we have 2 cycles, 2 times 2 is 4. Tried once figuring out how to make it so that when you're on a particular split, it displays the section of the route page from ZSR. I think someone's made, like, a notes component some time ago, where, like, when you reach a certain split, you can have, like, predefined text that appears somewhere. Which sounds like it would work for displaying, like, the part of the route that you want. You would have to, like, input all of it manually, and, like, you'd have to update it if the route gets updated, but... Yeah, I believe there is a component just called, like, split notes or something that could probably achieve that. Yeah, I mean, the other, at least layout issue with that is how you would display it if you were actually wanted to capture the notes on the layout, but I think most people who use that, like, they don't capture the notes part, like, the notes are purely for them to remember something. Howard. Howard. That was a lot of Howards. At least that segment wasn't too bad. So thank you very much, Fateful Fairy, for the raid. Hope that the stream went well. Thank you for the good luck. I will do my best to not die. It's usually not an issue for Twilight Princess, I would say, but if anywhere it's an issue, it might be, like, in the second half of Palace of Twilight, but... Is EMS slower in any percent than 100%? Well, so there's no category of Twilight Princess HD that does EMS, because currently the only way to do EMS in HD is to perform a 90-minute pickup slide, which is not faster for any category except, like, a theoretical low percent. Well, yeah, so one of the ways that they prevented doing early Master Sword is they added more invisible walls to North Faron Woods. Which, it's kind of interesting, like, most of Faron Woods in the original game already has invisible walls, except for some reason North Faron didn't, and so they added in those invisible walls to North Faron in HD that the rest of Faron kind of already had. Which is interesting. Oh my goodness, we actually had a good gate clip. So thanks for the good luck music boxes. I mean, Nintendo, like, this game was developed or contracted out to Tantalus Games, so it wasn't actually Nintendo who developed this. But yes, it is very interesting that, like, they very explicitly tried to prevent people from doing early Master Sword. Despite the fact that I'm pretty sure 0 players casually have ever done early Master Sword by accident. But where is this guy going? Really? Well, that sucks. They just flew away and never came back. Well, then that would definitely be a reset, but thankfully I don't think the Kargarok is programmed to do that at all. They definitely also tried to patch early City in the Sky in TPHD, but it didn't work. Either that or they just, by complete coincidence, made the hitboxes for owl statues bigger for some reason. Or specifically made the push collider for the owl statue bigger. Switch Fire Red / Leaf Green seems to be almost vanilla. I mean, I think there... At least I think I read that there were actually some changes made to it, but... I forget what the full extent of it was. It wasn't anything, like, too dramatic. But the ROM was rebuilt. I don't think the Fire Red Leaf Green on Switch has, like, online functionality, but like, I'm pretty sure it has, like, local connectivity of being able to, like, trade and battle with people. True, Skyward Sword did have a unfortunate game-breaking bug in the 1.0 release. Where you could, like, accidentally deactivate the Thunder Dragon Song of the Hero quest if you talked to a Goron at the wrong time. Really? Hello? Light the fire? Well, yeah, the bug was only ever in the, like, NTSC 1.0 release of Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword on the Wii, specifically. So it's not in Skyward Sword HD. Twilight Princess versus Ocarina of Time? I mean, I think I prefer Ocarina of Time slightly more compared to Twilight Princess. Have I made any all dungeons brain farts after switching category? I don't think so. I mean, the strategies that we do in any percent are pretty much identical to all dungeons, except we just don't go do the extra dungeons. A little slow on the lineup, but that's fine. That's not a huge skip. Doing the bomb house skip like that saves like 20 seconds-ish. Compared to just going into the bomb house and blowing it up normally. But 20 seconds is still 20 seconds, so... It is pretty nice. was almost not onto the ledge. Alright, in Lock City, we'll see you later. Good luck with your class. So thanks for the good look, Strider Jiren. It would be nice if we got to look into the eyes of Yeto, but unfortunately that is not something that happens in this category. So hello, Tacky Cosplay. Have I done Wind Waker runs? Yes, I've done quite a few Wind Waker runs before. But I haven't run Wind Waker in a while. Way further over than I thought. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is awkward. Hopefully this still works. Okay. Thank you very much, anonymous gift sub, for gifting Nikola Tesla a tier 1 subscription. I'm sure that user will definitely enjoy that. You always wonder how players find these glitches. I mean... I don't know how someone originally found out that you could walk off that ledge with Epona, but I'm not surprised someone figured out you could just walk off that ledge with Epona, because the game just does allow you to walk off that ledge with Epona. Which it's not supposed to do, I don't think, but... Also, thanks for the good luck, Joash. Didn't save as much time as I was hoping for, but still saved some time, I guess. In theory, we could be ahead at the end of Linear Twilight. Yeah, the item slide glitch in Wind Waker HD is pretty broken. Allows you to do some pretty wacky stuff. All because you can move while holding out a first-person item. Specifically an item, though, not just moving around in regular first-person. If you could do it while moving around in regular first-person, that would be even more busted. Because you would be able to just do it immediately at the start of the game. Okay. That was weird. Did I see the huge skip they discovered for Wand of Gamelon? I did not, no. I'm not... I don't really keep up with the scene of, the CDI Zelda game speedruns. True, it is also very easy to crash the game with item sliding. So thanks for the good luck wafer link. You're still on the Sword and Shield consistency grind. It does, or it can take a while to get decently consistent at Sword and Shield skip. It is not an easy trick. Really? Hello. Get back here. Okay. I also just set up that Shadow Beast fight wrong, so that's kind of my fault. Also, thanks for the good luck belly button. Really? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Bug. What's my favorite console ever? Probably the Wii. The Wii was definitely my favorite console growing up. Aside from the Castletown bug, this segment wasn't too bad. I guess I also messed up the Castletown Shadow Beasts a little bit, but... Well, only 5 seconds behind now, I guess. You have to film a self-tape audition tonight, but instead of doing that, you're watching TPHD Any speedruns. I mean, I'm sure there's still time to do the self-tape audition. There is, but you're bad about procrastinating. That's fair. Also, yeah, before the console had the name Wii, it was, I think even like publicly at E3 2005, just called the Nintendo Revolution. I mean, I imagine Revolution was like a code name, more or less. It's like how the code name for the Switch, I think, was just the Nintendo NX or whatever. Yeah, pretty good segment so far. Thanks for the good luck at Airedale. Yeah, I remember seeing some of the early Wii ads, or like when the Wii was released. They were indeed pretty neat. Also nice vest. Alright, Bloobs, good luck on your attempts. You for the good luck as well. Oh, that's interesting, Curtis. I don't remember that. Granted, I was only... 6 years old when the DS came out, so... Probably why I don't remember. Thanks, Poe. Well, not the best start, unfortunately. Maybe Bo will be nice on the second phase. One slap. And nope. Really? Alright, well, that was not very good. Though continues to not be nice to us in runs. Dang, we got 3 rupees in each of those grass patches. Well, getting the rupees there honestly probably doesn't matter, since I'll be picking up like 200 rupees worth of either orange rupees or treetop rupees later, so... I should maybe see if it's at all viable to get the purple rupee in Orden quickly. The problem is that it's located in a awkward spot that we can't quite reach with the Gale Boomerang from how we travel with Epona. Any percent just means that, like, you beat the game just as fast as possible. There's no... there's no outstanding goals for the category. The category is just beat the game. And there's also no restrictions on, like, what glitches you can do or anything like that. The term originates from, like, being able to complete the game with any percentage. Because, like, some games will track your percentage, and, it's different from, like, a 100% speedrun, where you're supposed to go collect, everything, so... Oh, okay. Alright, well, that was sure why that first one failed. Excuse me? Alright, well, that's an unfortunate time loss. Ceiling. It is interesting that like, when you aim in first person, in this game, like, Link is actually tilting down or up, at least as human Link. As Wolf Link, he doesn't do that, but interesting that, that's just how it works as human Link. And that, because that happens, you can use it to clip through walls like that in certain situations. So thanks for the good luck soup. Really? There you go. Okay. That Poe Gate Skip isn't particularly new. I found it in August of last year, because it's just another example of a look-through clip, but look-through clips are HD only, so it would make sense if you've never seen it, Brutals. It is very silly, though, and it's very easy and not very punishing to fail, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, going into first person during the Deku Toad fight makes the Deku Toad fall off the ceiling immediately. Really? Cool. Thanks, Morpheal. What? Okay, well that time was kind of my fault. I hit the claw shot button too early. Alright, well this fight was not good, unfortunately. At least this part of the cutscene was fast, I guess. Start of this run is not particularly great, unfortunately. You're back. What did you miss? I guess that depends on when you left. I don't know if I say you missed much, since the start of this run is kind of eh. I think I've already lost 2 minutes and 15 seconds to my sum of best. Only like an hour and a half into the run. Which does not keep up with my general goal of only losing 1 minute per hour to my sum of best. Okay, that's interesting. I've never been blocked by that other Bulblin before. I guess means we're also not going for this here. Alright, let's go get the Master Sword. Also, thanks for the good luck content. Midna's Lament will be the top song always in your heart. It is a very good song. Definitely a very worthy contender of being top song of any list. Ah, yes, you are allowed to skip cutscenes in glitchless speedruns. As long as, like, the, you know, method of skipping the cutscene is, like, itself not a glitch, because, like, sometimes there are ways to avoid cutscenes that involve glitches, but, like, especially if it's just a developer built-in cutscene skip feature, like, that'll always be allowed in glitchless speedruns. Generally, there's probably more things allowed in glitchless than you might think. Like, there's... Like, in glitchless Twilight Princess HD, we do actually skip, like, pretty much the entire second half of Snowpeak Ruins. By just climbing a ladder. And, like, manipulating a freezer to not hit us when he's supposed to hit us. As, like, an example of a fairly large skip that's allowed in glitchless. There are also things that, like, look glitchy, but are not considered to be glitches. Like the fact that we skip, activating, like, the water flows in Lakebed Temple. At least the initial ones, but then we still get the second ones, which then end up looking kind of glitchy because we didn't get the first ones. Thanks, Skull Kid. Oh, you're thinking, like, skip a trigger for a cutscene? So it depends on how you skip the trigger. Like, just because you can skip a trigger does not make it inherently, like, not allowed. Like, if the only thing you do to skip the trigger is, like, a jump attack over it, then, like, something like that would be allowed. Or just, like, run around a trigger. Because generally the rule for glitchless is that, like, you just can't use glitches, right? But if you can skip something without using glitches, then that'll be allowed. Because unfortunately, like, really whether or not something is considered to be a glitch is an opinion. There is no, like, agreed-upon factual basis, at least in speedrunning, for what constitutes a glitch. So, like, trying to come up with glitchless rules for certain games is always, like, a heavily debated topic. Because there's a lot of gray stuff that some people will think is a glitch, but other people won't think is a glitch, and whatnot. Most things are generally, like, pretty cut and dry. Right, like, most things people can agree upon that, like, they are glitches, but like, most people can agree that certain things are glitches and certain things aren't glitches, right? But there's always a lot of gray stuff in the middle that can cause a lot of debates. I deal with any stick drift? I mean, I've replaced my, like, the sticks in my Wii U a couple times. Not because of stick drift, but just, like, because there's usually some other problem with the control stick that develops over time. The Wii U itself, like, control sticks I've never had stick drift issues with. I'm gonna try and reclaim the world record from Beast. Well, I don't think Beast has ever run this category. Beast has run GameCube Any Percent and currently has the record in that, but this is HD Any Percent, which is a different game. Also, hello, Ultimate Gamer. What's good? Unfortunately, not this run, particularly. But we could still PB, so I guess we're continuing. PB stands for personal best, which is usually used in reference to, like, someone's personal best time in a specific speedrun category, right? So my PB for Twilight Princess HD Any Percent is 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 6 seconds. It also stands for peanut butter, but that is unrelated. I kind of approached that section there a little awkwardly. That might be too close. I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Unfortunately, very slightly too close. Come on. Okay, well. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately we lost like 40 seconds to that. Maybe like 35. Oh, hello. No. I want you to go up the slope. Not the best early Snowpeak, but we can still continue with it, I guess. There is no Twilight Princess HD randomizer now. Is it all riding on Poe Gate Skip now? I mean, I guess based on time save compared to my PB, yes, but like I could also waste a minute on Poe Gate Skip and that would still be fine. I could still be ahead at Spinner even if I waste a minute on Poe Gate Skip, in theory. But yeah, there's definitely also not a whole lot of demand for, like, a theoretical Twilight Princess HD randomizer. I think it'd be cool, because I would enjoy doing TP rando with the gamepad, but... I don't know, there are pretty much always glitches in an any percent speedrun. Or, like, glitches are allowed always in an any percent speedrun. Usually if the run does not involve doing glitches, it is a glitchless speedrun. Like, the default expectation is that glitches will be used in the speedrunning community. Is this run smelly or good? I wouldn't say that this run is particularly great, unfortunately. Like, we've lost about 3 minutes to my sum of best, and we're not even 2 hours into the run. But PB is still definitely possible, but that's also because my PB doesn't do Poe Gate Skip, so... Well, so we will go to City in the Sky, but we need to go complete Arbiter's Grounds first. Because, like, we could technically get into City in the Sky right now, but to complete City in the Sky, we need the spinner from Arbiter's Grounds. So that's why we go do Arbiter's Grounds first. The only reason that we go to Snowpeak at all is because we need the ball and chain, since the ball and chain is the only weapon that can stun one of the phases of the Zant fight. The phase where he's in the Blizzetta boss room. So, if we didn't have to do that, then we wouldn't get the ball and chain at all. But, unfortunately, with our current knowledge of the game, there is no way to skip fighting Zant. Because also the route, like, there's more splits below these that are just not seen at the moment. Because just not all of the splits are shown at once on the timer. In total for the run, we need 310 rupees. Because we need 10 to shoot ourselves out of the cannon after Lanayru Twilight. And then we also need... 300 to repair the City in the Sky cannon. Oh, nice, Sir Genjo. Yeah, I mean, there are some tricks in this run that, like, you can kind of understand how to do just by watching them. Not all of them, but a few aren't too bad to learn. Most of the LJAs that we do are not particularly difficult, and, like, you can learn in a couple minutes. And, like, the look-through clips aren't bad either. We only do, like, 2 of those. Ah, yes. Look-through clips only work in HD. So, hello, Pikachu. This run's not particularly great. Like, we can definitely be over a minute ahead of where we are now on a better run. But we can still PB, so we're going to continue with this one. Alright, let's see if we can not get noticed here. Okay, very good. This segment is going to be a best, which is neat. It's also partially a best because we didn't have to get spotted in the desert, because we wasted enough time during early Snowpeak. So, hello, Auburn Phoenix. Oh yeah, Sir Genjo. For, like, Twilight Princess is a lot pickier than Wind Waker when it comes to, like, doing quick spins, for some reason. Not sure why that is, but I guess the developers decided they needed to be harder. Alright, now we get to see if Poe Gate Skip goes well or not. Alright, Bubbles, are we gonna cooperate today? Okay, that's one. This guy is really going over here for some reason. No, really? Okay, well, this is just bad RNG again, unfortunately. With how the bubble is hopping. Bro, seriously? Can we please hop towards the gate even once? My guy knows one direction, and it's away from the gate. There we go. See, it's not too bad if he just hops towards the gate, but that bubble specifically really did not want to for some reason. Guess I also probably could have made a better effort to try and set him up faster towards the gate, or more angled towards the gate. He wants to be free. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. But I want to trap him behind the gate, so we have conflicting interests here, it would seem. Okay. There we go. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh, come on. Alright, so... not a great Poe Gate Skip, but... we'll save time, so... Yes, that is Poe Gate Skip. So unfortunately, displacement clips do not work in TPHD. We cannot do a displacement clip to get through the Poe Gate. I mean, I don't think the devs specifically did anything to try and fix displacement clips. Like, as the only reason displacement clips work on GameCube and Wii is specifically because of the instruction that's used to calculate fast reciprocal square roots for things. For normalized vectors. It doesn't have anything to do with, like, models or anything. Like, the collision of the games is pretty much still the exact same, but the collision detection, when it finds the normal of the face that Link is colliding with, because the original games use the fast reciprocal square root algorithm, they don't get actually exactly where the, like the collision polygon is, essentially. As the fast reciprocal square root algorithm only gives an estimate. Also nice. For what the reciprocal square root of a given number is. And so, for example, the reciprocal square root of 1 is 1, which we just know because we know that the square root of 1 is 1. I'll wait a little bit here. But the fast reciprocal square root algorithm for the number 1 instead gives 0.999815 something or whatever, right? It's not exactly 1, and the reason displacement clips work is because that inaccuracy, like, propagates up the collision detection calculations, and essentially creates a very small region where the wall sorting collision detection doesn't think that Link is actually touching a wall. Because the wall sorting collision detection thinks that Link has gone past the wall, so it's not going to try to push him back towards the inbounds area of the wall. But, technically, because Link hasn't gotten all the way up to the wall, the line check portion of the collision code doesn't think that he's hit the wall either, right? Because Link did not actually get all the way up to where the wall is with his raw position value. So basically, just intricacies with how collision detection works. Well, yeah, so I'm pretty sure the change was just coincidental. Like, probably whatever, like, internal libraries were used to make the game just got updated to not use the fast, reciprocal square root algorithm when, like, TPHD was compiled. Because, like, the reason you would use that in, like, the original Twilight Princess is for performance reasons, but the Wii U is not needing, like, that extra boost of performance the way that the GameCube and Wii versions did, probably. Really? Alright, well. Thanks, Stout Troopers. Okay. I guess that wasn't too bad, it was just one extra cycle, basically. But also, yes, it is neat that at least some of the glitches still work in HD. Especially long jump attacks, because long jump attacks are fun. So thanks for the good luck, Peachy. You're attached. I mean, yes, Run has PB potential. Even if Arbiter's Grounds wasn't the greatest. Okay. A city we can save time, palace we can save time. At least the second half of city we can save time. First half, I think my first half segment here is like actually really good. How precise is the fan not turning on glitch? It's not too bad because there's like a range you can stand at where if you transform into Wolflink at that range, like the transformation will push you away from the door such that you're not in the trigger itself that turns on the fan, but you're close enough to open the door. So that makes it not too bad to just eyeball. And then if you still aren't close enough to the door, you can very slowly inch forward while, like, mashing the A button. Yeah, you can also just, like, move slowly towards the door until A pops up as well. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's, like, too precise. Like, you'll probably get it within a couple tries, or even just first try, if you try to learn it. Transform to third person. Alright, very good. Yeah, that was basically a match with my best, so... Not too bad on that segment. No, I did not want to go over the hidden skills. Not very well hidden if I managed to click them by accident. I guess that's true, yeah. So thanks for the good luck, Luna the Wolf. Really? That's not far right enough? Also, thanks for the raid, Miguel. Thank you for the good luck also. Hope that the stream went well. So thanks for the good luck, Cyrodium. Oh, you're about to PB a Dread and then you threw. Unfortunate. But I'm sure you will be able to PB soon enough. How good do you feel like your current Dread PB is? Oh, it was a D-Rust run. I see. You're back. Did you miss anything? I guess we had a decent enough Arbiters to save time compared to my PB, which did not do Poe Gate Skip. Your PB also has a huge throw, but the run is extremely RNG, so it's cringe. Ah, I see. Yeah, RNG, unfortunately not great sometimes. Oh wow, you have this shirt too. That's crazy. Man, that was a pretty good spot right there. Do I think this is the run that I've been hoping for? Ah, no. Even if, like, if this run PBs, I'll still want a better one. Because, like, the first, like, everything up to Ball and Chain in this run felt kind of mediocre. It's not, like, bad, but, like, there's definitely a lot of mistakes that I can get a run where I don't make those mistakes. Or only make, like, a few of those mistakes. Oh, nice, Miguel. Hope you enjoy the CRT monitor. I'll say yes, this is any percent. We didn't save 35 minutes in all dungeons. That would be pretty wild if we somehow managed to do that. Also, good day, haha. Also, yes, Poe Gate Skip is still difficult in HD. As evidenced by the fact that I lost like a minute to it in this run. Alright, I think this is gonna be a best. It makes sense, because nothing really went wrong here. And also I can still improve the best on this segment by like 8 seconds or so. Ah, yes, the Morpheal boss door is the only one you can skip. Which is due to the fact that, like, the boss door to Morpheal is the only one that doesn't immediately open up to a loading sequence. Like, the loading zone is in, like, the hole in the ground that you fall into, and that loading zone is always active, but the loading zone, for other boss doors essentially doesn't appear until you open the door. Right. Which isn't really that big of a deal, honestly. Like, most of the other boss keys are very on the way anyway. Except for the Lakebed one. So, we wouldn't really save much time if we could potentially skip the other, boss keys. Right, like, I think we would... The only other one we would skip is, like, maybe the bedroom key in Snowpeak Ruins. So, hello, Southpaw. I guess maybe with displacement clipping, it might be worth it to skip other ones if there are convenient rupees nearby. Like, it would probably be worth it to skip the Temple of Time one, too. There's definitely a rupee near that door you could use. Also, yeah, any percent doesn't have to do Goron Mines or Temple of Time, and also doesn't have to do the second half of Snowpeak. So yes, this run definitely has a lot of world record potential. Nice. Good snapback. Yeah, I mean, we're almost 2 minutes ahead. We could potentially be more than 2 minutes ahead coming out of Palace of Twilight, if Palace of Twilight is good. Oh, hello. That was some nice RNG there. I don't think we're getting sub 308 this run. That would mean that I have to save 20 more seconds over my best for the rest of the run, which I don't think is happening. Well, so the only way that you can one-cycle Phantom's Ant is if you have Great Spin, and the any percent speedrun does not get Great Spin, so we do not, we do not have a one-cycle Phantom's Ant. So, like, you'll see a one-cycle Phantom's Ant in, like, 100% speedruns, but not in other categories. The hand still terrifies you. The hand is definitely very scary when you play casually. For speedrunning, we don't really ever worry about it, because we know all the strategies of, if the hand does for some reason catch up to us, like, we know how to get the soul back. I might not be far forward enough here. Okay, this one. Oh, I think it might be possible in, like, a task scenario to one-cycle Phantom's Ant. But, yeah, that's not something that we would do RTA. I gonna read YouTube chat today? Yes. Shocking answer, I know. Do I have a preference for GameCube or HD? Not particularly for speedrunning. Like, I think they're each equally cool in their own ways. So thanks for the good luck, Sardarar. Well, yeah, the YouTube chat can see Twitch chat, because Twitch chat is being displayed on the stream. And I have been meaning to also get YouTube chat on the stream, but I, have been lazy about setting that up. Oh, hello. Oh, good Phantom's Ant RNG this segment. Yes, if it ever seems like I'm responding to a comment that you can't see in Twitch chat, it's probably a YouTube comment. It was voices in my head. That would be mildly concerning if I was responding to voices in my head, but I guess not too concerning if the voices in my head are only asking me speedrun questions and not doing anything else. That was a best because we got good Phantom's Ant RNG both times. little too quickly. Couldn't throw the second one before first one had entered the slot. I think we're on top of the chest, which I did not exactly want. Oh, hello. Am I winning? I would say that at the moment we're kind of winning, yeah. We did get down to 2 hearts, though, which is not ideal. That's the one other use of the shield bash that we have. Really? Okay, I'm surprised that happened. lost time from accidentally transforming into Wolf Link, but other than that, good segment so far. How do we skip the text there? I don't think there's any text there. Do you mean, like, calling Midna to transform? Because what happened there is the game thought that we were inside, like, the black smoke, which automatically and instantaneously transforms you into Wolf Link. Like, that's what the black smoke is supposed to do. What the heck is this? That was a lot of bounces. Thanks, I guess, Zant. Alright, good one cycle. Glad that I magically consistently got the timing back for that, because I had been missing that one cycle for a while. Have I ever thought about the possibility that one of these enemies is actually just in the wrong crowd and I'm lumping them in as a monster and destroying them? I have not thought about this, but if that is the case, it will not change my speedruns. At the end of the day, they are still trying to attack Link. So thanks for the good luck, Leanne. What's the mechanic behind long jump attacking? So at least for the boomerang, you need to perform the jump attack while the boomerang is over a void or over a surface that's higher than Link's feet. Pretty much. So we're not necessarily waiting for the boomerang to come back, but we're waiting for it to be... or we're waiting for it to satisfy one of those two conditions. So, hello, Ethernet boys. Favorite Zant theme? I don't know. I think probably just the Blizzetta one. Alright. Yeah, so except for that accidental transform, pretty good segment. Well, blue is just the color that I use for my own best segments, because you can customize live split however you want. Most runners do use gold, though, but I like blue better. So thanks for the good luck, Chillbone. Yeah, I mean, as long as Hyrule Castle goes fine, like, we should be getting sub 310. Zelda, of course, is still the wild card as to how much time she might decide to waste. Alright, very good. Got the other Bokoblin to hit us out of the animation there, which was nice. Really? Come on. Okay, well. Little slow there, but it's fine. Yeah, I've never felt the need to have a split background, but and the split background to be your face. Yes, if you pay me $1 billion, you will get your face on my split background for one stream. That is the deal. Open to anyone. At least two? Nope. Just one stream. Bits or subs or memberships? I mean, any are appreciated. Oh, come on. Really? Well, this kind of sucks. They got kind of bad positions there relative to each other. You had $1 billion, but you spent it all on chicken tenders. Oh, I see. I mean, I get it, so... Really? Apparently combat is not my strong suit this segment, it would seem. We alternate between A and B when mashing for dialogue because both the A and B buttons can progress dialogue, so the text goes by much faster than if we were to just mash one button instead of two. So it's like, both buttons can clear a text box dialogue, but only A can, like, advance a dialogue, like, autocomplete a dialogue box to full, if that makes sense. Like, make all the text appear at once. Like, I think technically, like, you want to mash A and B alternating every frame, because A will fill the text box with all the text, and then B will cancel it. Does gifting 125 million subs count as $1 billion? Yes, that is also acceptable. I gonna do with $1 billion? I'm going to buy a medium-sized house in Southern California. Okay, that was sketchy. So yeah, this segment was not very good, so it's not surprising that we're losing time. No, jumping into the void there was not intentional, that was a mistake. Alright. Time for Puppet Zelda. Alright, good start. You're still on potential for 7 cycles. So Zelda's really taken her time on this one, and unfortunately gave us a triangle, so that was not an optimal cycle. Well, that cycle was fast, and we got an energy ball, so not too bad so far, I guess. Cycle number 5. Cycle number 6. And cycle number 7? Okay. So it was a 7 cycle. Nice camera. Unfortunately, it was a very slow 7 cycle. There should be an emote of the triangle. Isn't there a, like, Dorito chip, like a global Twitch emote? That's usually what people use for triangle, I feel like. So thanks for the good luck, Ryan and Bram. I didn't claw-shot Beast Ganon. That's true, I did not claw-shot Beast Ganon. I don't think I've ever accidentally done that. As far as I know, but I could be misremembering. Okay. Okay, that was very sketchy, but we still made it. I shouldn't have gotten that far away from him. Okay, so this segment is going to be about even with PB, so we're not really saving or losing any time. I think we might be losing like a second or two, assuming the rest of it goes fine. Also, thanks for the good luck sledging. Yeah, it's not going to be a 308, unfortunately. But it will be a 30903. Which is not too shabby. That is the new TPHD Any Percent world record. Nice. But yeah, this, like, I think it's definitely possible to get a 307. Thank you guys all for the GGs. Thank you very much, Pounce and Joshy, for the 100 bits. And thank you very much, Apes, for the 50 bits. And Rascal for the 100 bits as well. Let's see, the previous record was... It's like the date of the previous record was June 22nd of last year. June 22nd, 2025. But I hadn't run any percent since then until like a few days ago, so that makes sense. That's true. I did say that unlike the VODs, not every stream is a PB during this PB, which is funny. Well, so the reason I PB'd an any percent is because my previous any percent PB didn't do Poe Gate Skip, which is why it was possible to PB by a couple minutes. That's why we saved, like, 1 minute and 45 seconds on Spinner, right? Because, yeah, the first, like, hour... Like, everything up until Ball and Chain in this run was kind of mediocre. Like, the Koblins was okay, but then, like, we kept losing time on Enter Faron, Faron Twilight. Boomerang, we lost a lot of time. Forest Temple was okay. Eldin Vessel, we messed up the Kargarok flight. Leneru Vessel was alright. Leneru Twilight was alright. Zora Armor was good, though. Iron Boots, we lost a bunch of time to Bow. Claw Shot, we also had some mistakes. In, like, the second room of Lakebed. Lakebed Temple, we also had a bunch of mistakes on the second half. We had a bad Morpheal fight. And then we lost like 40 seconds to early Snowpeak this run. But then Enter Arbiter's Grounds was good. Spinner, we lost like a minute to Poe Gate Skip, so there was still more time to save there. Second half of Arbiters was okay, and then Double Claw Shot, or not Double Claw Shot, City in the Sky and Palace of Twilight were both very good. Like, if we compare against my bests, like, you know, between exiting Arbiters to finishing Palace, I actually saved time over my previous, like, sum of best through there. So that was very nice. And then, of course, we had some mistakes in Hyrule Castle, and Zelda gave us a kind of slow 7 cycle. But, yeah. So this is a good improvement over my previous PB. We can definitely save more time by having a better, like, first 2 hours of the run or so. Or a better first hour and 50 minutes. So that's what we are going to try to do on Saturday. So, yeah. I think that is going to be it for me today, so hope that you guys have a good rest of your Thursdays and Fridays. Because tomorrow's Friday, I will not be streaming tomorrow, so if you try to watch a stream tomorrow on this channel, you will be disappointed. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Goodbye.